was so desperate. I was so desperate. I can't even describe the desperation. I wasn't even grateful for the things I had. I visualized the things I wanted every day. I meditated. I did all the things all the YouTuber guru told me to do, and then nothing happened. Nothing happened, and I just was like, God, why is it taking so long? God, why am I the only one who's left behind? Why is nothing happening for me? This was when I focused on the outcome. Hi guys, my name is Kat and welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk about the topic detachment, because when I started my journey at the beginning, everything seemed to be right. I had the feeling that I was in this bubble. Everything is perfect, I am happy, I know what I'm doing, and I know my goals, and I have all these lists of I am strong, I am pretty, and all the stuff manifestation taught me. After writing down my goals and what I wanted to achieve, I realized that I didn't got what I wanted. I was waiting. With this waiting, I was very attached to the outcome, to the material stuff I wanted for myself. After realizing that the things I wanted didn't work out in the way I wanted them to work out, I thought, okay, right now nothing is happening. I don't have anything I dreamed of, so it's my turn to be negative and to just sit down and do nothing, because that's the only thing I can do. I had to find a way to help myself, find a way to be more detached. If you are detached, then the things you want are coming naturally, like magic. If you don't think about it anymore, it's coming to you anyways. So detachment itself is not having this negative emotions anymore. Being attached taught me many things. One of those things was being afraid, being desperate, being all the negative things you can imagine. Simone once said, "Do you know what freedom means to me? No fear." Whenever I think about attachment, I think about being desperate for the things I need to have. The first actual step for you to be more detached is to stay patient and to know who you want to become. Staying patient is not focusing on waiting. If something is not working out in your favor, create a list of standards for yourself. So the first one is stop focusing on waiting and already act like you are having the actual outcome or the elevated emotions. That means if you want a car, for example, then you act like you are having this car already. It's like happiness or being excited, just having this positive emotions inside of you. And the second one, knowing who you want to become or who you are, is working towards your goals. And if something is not working out, then remembering a list of standards you want to have for yourself. For example, this is a story from Tristan Tate about his dad. They went to a restaurant. His dad gave his last $10 to the waiter. Tristan asked him, "Why do you give away your last $10? Then you are having like nothing anymore." And then his dad said, "I can lose all my money, but I will never lose my class." I was stunned because at the beginning I didn't really understand it, but yesterday I saw a documentary of a woman in Iran who sold her body for money. She had a child and was a drug addict. I saw her situation and how she perceived herself, how she saw herself. She was always very desperate. She didn't see the end of the tunnel. She was like, now my husband got into jail and I have no other options than to sell my body to have food for my child. There's no other way to escape the situation. And while she was doing this, She took all kind of drugs to not realize the situation or this pain anymore. After a while, I just prayed. I know it sounds crazy, but I prayed inside of me, and I just said, "Oh God, please let this woman have the best life possible for her and for her child," because I just saw how she realized that she didn't want this life for her and for her child. The woman who filmed this whole documentary left the country to come back and to just after 2 months to watch the situation and to visit this prostitute again. There was no one. The prostitute left her home, a very poor place, and after a while she found the woman, the prostitute, and she was a different person. She gained weight, she looked healthy. She told the filmmaker that she quit the drugs and she just wanted the best life for her and for her child. Doing all of this, I just realized that she built a list of standards for herself because she told herself, I'm not, what can I tell my child, or what should I tell my child if my child asks me, what are you doing for a living, mom? She just said to herself, I don't want this, I don't want to sell my body, I am more. I deserve more, I deserve better. She was like, okay, I'm never going to sell my body again. For me, this helped me to detach myself because my very first standard was to be independent and to not be insecure anymore. If I'm talking, even if it's wrong, I say it with confidence. Those are my standards. So the first step for you is to have your own list of standards and to list them, and in the worst situations of your life to always remember this list of standards and to never forget them. Because if you know you deserve something better, you deserve to be in a better place, you deserve to have the money you want, you deserve to have everything you always dreamed of, then you will always remember it. I would recommend you to watch the movie King Richard because you will realize that he also had a list of standards and he knew that his girls were the best tennis players of this time. And so he acted like it. He said no many times. Even if someone is saying no to you, that doesn't mean that you are far away from your dreams. And patience also means that other people will think that everything just happened like this. And you are the one who just knows, okay, it didn't happen overnight. Or even if it happened overnight, I did something to achieve my dreams. It's not like no one gets something for nothing. It's always like a bamboo effect. You are working like 5 years, days or months, then you're getting the things you always wanted them to be, and other people are there and say, oh, she doesn't deserve it because it just happened like that. But you know how hard you worked for it. You know how you did the inner work, the physical work, you did the work to get what you want. Don't forget that if you don't get it today, you'll probably get it tomorrow. So don't worry. The second step is called let go of the bad voice and talk to yourself. After having my transformation, staying positive and being grateful, there was this little voice who said, you are a loser. Why did you quit the scholarship? Why did you drop out of college? This little voice said, now is the time. Everything is just falling apart and everyone just thinks that you are a loser. The voice got louder, louder and louder every day. And I was like, okay, who is this voice? Who's talking to me? And I said to myself, okay, maybe this voice is right. Maybe I'm doing something wrong. Maybe my decisions are wrong. Maybe I can take a step back and go back to where I was. After realizing that this voice was me, I took the step to learn about me and myself, to meet me in a different way. After a while, I heard about a girl who texted herself on, I don't know, iMessage or SMS. She wrote her name down and she said, okay, what's wrong with you, Kat? She had pimples all over her face and she didn't know how to handle this situation because she did everything and didn't know what to do. And then she just asked herself, her inner voice just typed in the answer, And then after communicating with herself, she realized that her pimples and her stress and every anxiety she had on herself vanished because she took this time to know herself better. This step is very important because if you know yourself and know how to handle situations, it's easier for you to be your number one supporter. You have to be your number one supporter to stay true to the things you want to do. Lady Gaga once said in a room full of people, if 99 people don't believe in you, just one person is enough to believe in you and what you do. I just thought about it. I thought, she's right, because of all those people, even if you are the only one who's believing in yourself, this is enough. You have to believe in yourself so that other people can believe in you. If you don't believe in you, who's going to believe in you anyways? You have to be the one of those 99 people in the room to believe in you, to make your dreams come true. You have to take your phone, or if you don't have a phone, then you can take a pen and a paper and write down, okay, what's wrong? What do you want? Is everything fine? And when I did this myself, I just wrote down, okay, is everything fine? Because I didn't know if the path I'm taking, if this is the right path. And then I just wrote down, okay, what is going on? Is everything fine? My inner voice wrote down, everything is right, but you have to stop worrying. I just realized I don't actually know how to detach myself from the situation. The third step is to let go of people, things, everything. The reason why I'm saying this is after months I tried to control everything and everyone in my environment, because I thought if I'm doing things with my other sisters or with other people, then they have to give like 100%, or everyone has to do the things I want them to do. And if they are not doing it the way I want them to do, then this is a perfect reason for me to be mad or sad or to just quit the things I started. After asking myself what's wrong and why I am so attached, I realized that I was trying to control matter and not the energy I am giving to other people or to myself, and to control the outcome. But this is actually very, very dangerous because you can't control any situation whatsoever. Even if you cry, if you are sad, or if you, I don't know, if you try everything, had the thoughts of, okay, I can quit, I can take steps back, I can go live back home. But after asking myself, I realized that this is not the life I want to live. This is not the way I want to live. This is not the independence I wanted, or who I am, or who I want to become. To let go of people, situations, everything. The best possible thing you can do is, before going to bed or after waking up, close your eyes for 5 minutes. You can set up a timer and think about everything that is holding you back, that is making you sad, angry, or you are reacting on it in a negative way. It doesn't matter if it happened yesterday, 5 years ago, something that is making you very, very angry. And then close your eyes, think about it, and let it go. Visualize that you are just from this, you are holding it like that, and you're just letting it go. You are freeing yourself from this heavy thing. Try to say during this 5 minutes every day, in every way, I'm getting better, better, and better. And to understand this whole point of freeing yourself, and that time is the most valued thing in Detachment, read the book Science of Getting Rich by Wallace D. Wattles, because then you will understand that time is actually your friend and not your enemy. The fourth step is stop focusing on the outcome and create an action plan. After 3 or 6 months, my brain told me, you're not good enough, you did not take the right steps to come further. You have to do so many things to achieve your goals. This was the outcome. This was the situation I was in because I told myself I just have this one option and I didn't achieve this thing in this amount of time, then I'm a loser. Everything I did was not worth it and I just wasted my time. I was so desperate. I was so desperate. I can't even describe the desperation because I wasn't even grateful for the things I had. I visualized the things I wanted every day. I meditated and I did all the things that all the YouTubers, gurus told me to do, and then nothing happened. Nothing happened, and I just was like, okay, God, why is it taking so long? God, why aren't you helping me? God, why am I the only one who's left behind? Why is nothing happening for me? This was when I focused on the outcome. The outcome is the moment you realize I just have one option, and right now this this manifestation did not work out. So my life is bad. In other words, this is just complaining. You're complaining about the now. You're, like I said before, you are not seeing the expectations you had before. The only thing you are doing, or I was doing, was complaining and just wasting time. And I don't mean that life is not worth wasting time, because we all waste time, but I mean you're wasting time with negative emotions, and it's normal because we all react to different types of situations. The very first thing you should do is to start making an action plan. This was actually the first thing I was creating for myself because I did not actually take action. And action is very important because I believe in the law of assumption, but in the way of you have to believe what you are doing. For example, if you believe that you are getting a car somehow, then I believe that it will happen if you believe that God or the universe, or I say God, is giving it to you because He's doing all the great things for you. Why shouldn't He give you just the best thing ever? But you have to believe it yourself. I read once that you can't worry and be happy at the same time. You have to stop worrying and create a situation where you are more likely to believe what you are manifesting for yourself or praying for, because manifestation is actually praying. If you're asking God, the universe, or the higher self, if you can get anything you want, what you are worrying at the same time, or you are desperate, or you are just asking why is it not coming, then you're not believing that this thing could actually happen. So if you're not believing yourself, why should anyone do it? You have to believe that God can do it so it can actually happen. But desperation is, or worrying, is no way of getting what you want or being happy in this situation. The most important part, because it's not all about manifestation or getting what you want, it's about the journey and what you learn. And if you're taking an action plan and making something out of yourself, you are more focused on the path of your own success rather than wasting time or worrying about a situation. So you are more invested in learning and doing and believing in your own dreams than just not believing in yourself or to just be desperate about something. And for this, look at the things you already achieved or you have to do to achieve your goals. In the video before, I said it's not important what you did before or what you are doing tomorrow, but I mean in a way of thinking about death. But if you are thinking about your goals, then not in a desperate way. So death is also very important to think of. But if you want to achieve goals, then you have to do the things you need to do and just let them go. Keep in mind that even if bad things are happening to you, they need to happen so that good things can come your way. So if bad things happen, those things aren't actually bad things. For this step, you need to make a list of all the steps you need to take to achieve your goals. For example, if you want to be a YouTuber, you have to make your first video. You have to learn about YouTube. You have to make mistakes to learn from your mistakes. You have to do all the things, and time is always your friend. If you know that good things take time or great things take time, then you will realize that everything is just a journey of learning, and you are learning to get better and better in the things you do. I mean, if you look at Mr. Beast, he didn't become the person overnight. The last step is to go with the flow and don't fight it. If you are fighting against the flow, the circumstances in life, then you are just hurting yourself. You are just destroying the lessons you could learn, and you are just trying to fight the situations that occurred. So the only thing we have is how we react to the situations or circumstances that occur to us. If something is happening to you, the only option for you that is actually there is how you react. So if your mom is shouting at you, then the situation already occurred. You can't change that your mom shouted at you. You are there and you have to react on it in some kind of way. If you're angry at the situation and you react angry, then that's also okay, but it's about how long you react. If a bad situation occurs to you or happens, how long are you going to react on it? How long are you going to think about it? If you're reacting to the things on a long-term basis, then the only outcome are diseases in different ways, mental, physical, because you are trying to fight something that is not meant for you to be controlled or fighted about. If you just forgive the things or let the things go, you are just going with the flow and trying to let go of not just the material world but also the world in your mind. You are changing the inner talk in yourself. The only thing we can do is forgive and forget. And always ask yourself, like successful and important people, is this really that important? Is this situation or this guy who's annoying me really that important that I spend my energy and my time and every single cell that I can possibly think of to build some disease for a very, very unimportant situation? And the answer will always be no. This is the end of my video. I hope you liked it and I could help you, and I just wish you a nice and beautiful day. Goodbye.